Hi, it's me, Joseph, here in the Singing Bowl Museum in the Jambati room looking at these wonderful, large-sized antique singing bowls. In the next few minutes, I can explain the whole history of singing bowls by looking at just a few examples of these wonderful large bowls. Jambati means big bowl, and they're characterized by these big rounded shapes. And some of the earliest singing bowls that we know about were these large round jambati. This is an early singing bowl, which are characterized by a special folded construction where they folded the metal around the outside of the rim, which formed a really heavy rim. They tend to be a little heavier and thicker, which gives them a slightly higher tone than a later, thinner bowl. Now, we know they're earlier and later because I did metallurgical research with the archaeological metallurgists at Oxford University's Department of Materials and determined that the early singing bowls are directly related metallurgically and stylistically to earlier Persian bowls from about the 10th to 12th century that were made in ancient Persia and a lost culture called ancient Khorasan. The technology to make those bowls traveled over the Silk Roads to the Himalayas, where they made the singing bowls and spread around Asia from there. So the early bowls started to be made around the 12th century, possibly as early as the 10th century. I put a start date on them around the 12th century, assuming that the technology was a little bit delayed in getting there. And over the years, the bowls became more and more refined. The shapes got better. The details in the engravings got nicer until they culminated with a very, very refined shape and exquisite detail. Still an early singing bowl, but at the height of the best craftsmanship for that early period. Then around the 16th century, a new technology was introduced, which again we discovered through the metallurgical research and then found that the metallurgy lined up perfectly with the cultural evidence. And around the 16th century, the bowls started to be made, instead of folding around the outside of the rim, they would hammer the excess material around the inside of the rim, or like this beautiful bowl, make it with no rim at all. And this was a technology that was adopted from Southeast Asia. And I've seen some of those Southeast Asian bowls in museums and temples in Cambodia and Thailand. And they are exactly like the later Himalayan singing bowls, which we see starting around the 16th century. So it's a direct shift in the way the bowls were made. The earlier technology is now lost. The way that they folded the rim has not been done for hundreds of years. The later technology is still being done. And you can see the hand-hammered bronze bowls that are still made today are made in that later hand-hammered style. And just by looking at the large bowls, we can see that, but I can show examples also in the small and medium-sized bowls, which mirror that same timeline. And as you watch my other videos and read the articles at singingbowlmuseum.com, you can find examples of all these different types on the website and listen to the sound clips and even buy some from the period of your choice. I'll make more videos explaining the different types of large bowls and how they are sonically unique from each other.